Greetings, Vinyl Community Earthlings. I'm just beaming in here on a Tuesday, just mixing it up because there's a contest going. So, yes. So last night, I just playing around on YouTube. I don't know, after dinner, it was early evening, and this thing comes up. It was almost like a breaking news bulletin countdown. We'll have an update at 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time, something like that. I was like, wow, it's almost like we're under nuclear attack here, and Steve is somehow going to give us instructions on how to escape, but it was nothing that dire. Thankfully, it was just a contest announcement, but it was very dramatic build-up, and with the countdown and everything, really wild. So, of course, here I'm talking about Steve at All the World's a Stage. Right now, he just broke 800,000. He's at 807,000 subscribers. He's pushing to a million, I think. Knowing Steve, though, the goals will be lofty. It might be a higher increment of 1 million. I'm thinking maybe 5 million, but the sky's the limit here in this contest. It centers around, yes, acronyms. I don't have enough of those at work, so I'm going to do this on my free time because Steve's amazing. You know, everybody knows Steve. If you don't, you've been living under a Vinyl Community rock and roll, baby. So he wants us to, like an acronym, whatever. So you know what an acronym is. I'm not going to define it, but so a song, a band, somehow fit it into the music thing, right? So when I started thinking about it, I thought, there's a bit of low-hanging fruit, as the saying goes, but I thought I'd go with some of the deeper cuts, maybe not so obvious. I'm talking about Smokin' Opies. This is Bob Seger from 1972. Just amazing, amazing album. So what he's talking about here, it's supposed to look like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes or Lucky Strikes, and it's smoking other people's songs, right? So we're gonna rock them out, we're gonna smoke them, whatever. Smoke them if you got them. We're gonna do this album of cover tunes, and that's what it's all about. Other people's songs, right? So on this one, Bo Diddley, that was always in his in his set list, but live, perfect. Does a version of Let It Rock that rivals only Chuck Berry, or the Grateful Dead. Terrific version of that on here. Speaking of the Dead, he does a version too, as well as Turn On Your Love Light. Really, really good. And it looks like I replaced the inner sleeve. But this is on Capitol, so I don't know if it had any liner notes. Doesn't matter. It's just part of this contest, and it's an acronym. Who cares? But this is a nice clean copy. I got at a record show for $12. I got this within the past, past 6 months or so at a show. It was definitely this past winter. Really good to find that at such a reasonable price. That is from, actually, if you're at the party and you met my friend Jeff, Triple J. I bought this from him. He's a seller from Rhode Island. Triple J DJ Service. What do we got here? We got Dead on Arrival, DOA. I've shown this one before. If you watch my channel, it's great. It's a high school classic for me. It's DOA from Vancouver, British Columbia. War on 45. March into the 80s. 8 great tunes. 8 songs to march by, right? Dead on Arrival. There they are, the Police County Morgue. So this is just really good 80s punk rock. Wouldn't call it hardcore. More pop punk. On the Fringe label out of Toronto. That was where that was based. And on the inside, you can just see it's just War on 45. Some pretty good tracks on this one. They do a really good version of the actual cover of the tune War from the 60s. Can't remember who did the original, that one. Of course, there's a love song on here called Let's Fuck. That's even funny. Funny right there. And if you're up for doing some math tonight, just remember, talk minus action equals 0. Yeah, right? All right. No zeros here, though, as far as the number of people entering this contest. I think Steve's already got at least a dozen entries. And, multiply that by 10 by tomorrow, it'll be 120. So they're flying in, just boom, 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 right? Because it's Steve, and, he likes Grand Funk, and he likes a lot of cool stuff. Don't think he likes this one as much as me and Gary over at Physical Format Jazz. This is Jimmy Smith from 1958. It's called The Sermon. Legendary organ player. The organ, not a big instrument in jazz, but this guy really rocks out. It's great. The personnel in this one, he's got Lee Morgan on trump, Lou Donaldson is on here on sax, Art Blakey on drums, and of course Jimmy Smith on organ right there. And there he is, The Sermon. And I'm talking about a song on this one right here. I'm going to actually get the record out. It's Blue Note. Why not show it? Oh yeah, the song I'm talking about here it's called JOS. Those are his initials. So yeah, his initials, of course, for James Ogden Smith. And the tune on there I'm talking about, yeah, just his initials, JOS, clocking in at 11:59. Yes, Blue Note, the best in jazz since 1939, right? All right, so anyway, so many entries to this contest so far. I saw Anthony over at Gambler 812. He got one in there. Our friend Doug Anderson, now called Auditory Vinyl. Get over there and sub to Doug's channel too and get him to 300,000. I think he broke the 200 mark recently with his new rebranded channel. But I'm talking about this channel, and I'm talking about this contest. It's an acronym contest. Steve, all the world's a stage. Let's get him to 5 billion subs, like a big number. Let's shoot for it. And just get in there and just do it. You have till Labor Day, and then Steve's going to have some big wheel. I think he's installing this thing like, you know, when they do the Showcase Showdown on The Price is Right. It's going to be a big wheel like that because he says it's going to go slow. So it's for dramatic effect. I think Steve's having it custom built, and it'll be big. And maybe he'll have the Price is Right girls there too to help him out with that. So anyway, Steve, all the world's a stage. Acronyms contest. Be there or be square, Daddy-O. See you next time.